Mike Fisher from Ross Mortgage. Quick message for you today. If you're receiving this video or watching it, most likely you're a home buyer and you're looking to get the best house that you possibly can for the money. You might have already got yourself approved. You might be out looking for houses now, or maybe you're just starting, but you might have found there's actually a lot of people out there looking for homes, specifically looking for the best homes. If that's you, what you may have found is that, gosh, I got to be prepared and I got to be ready to move if that perfect house comes around. I'm going to give you just a couple quick tips today, things that you can do to put yourself in the best position to get the best house for yourself and your family. Number one, make sure that you got a pre-approval. You might have heard this already, but I'm going to say make sure it's an accurate pre-approval. What I mean by that is, have you actually given your lender all your documents? Have you gone back and forth with your lender about exactly what you need to do to move forward when the time comes? That's what I'm talking about when I mean be accurate. Make sure you know exactly where you stand and that your lender has actually received all the documents that they have asked you for. Number two, clear communication with the agents. Make sure your buyer's agent knows exactly what loan program that you are working with, what your timeline is as far as how quickly you need to move to get to closing, and make sure that they understand exactly how to communicate with your lender. Number three, this is going to be one of the trickier parts. I've wrote backup letter, but what I want to say is actually communicate with not only your agent, but make sure you work with a mortgage lender that can communicate with the selling party, the selling agent, or if it's a for sale by owner, the actual seller. And what we're going to want to do is have a mortgage lender like myself that's going to call and say, look, these folks are ready to move. They've given me all the documents. We're not going to give you or give away any of your personal information, but we're going to tell them how ready you are, because you've really worked with us to find the program, to get your documents ordered, and to pull the trigger on this house. We just need you, Mr. Seller, or Mr. For Sale by Owner, or Mr. Agent, to plug in a buyer, and we're ready to move forward. I'm going to put that in a message, either through email, on the phone, or perhaps even in video. Now, I also said backup letter. What does that mean? That means if you really truly want that house, you may find some agents tell you, look, there's going to be a lot of offers on this house. We really might need some help getting this offer approved. Some agents may tell you, write a letter about yourself and your family, what it's going to feel like to move into this neighborhood. Now, I don't want to go too far down the path because I'm not a real estate agent, and I don't want to say anything that perhaps might cross or violate some kind of real estate law, but most realtors will tell you that's not a bad idea. Perhaps put a letter together to give to your seller. So talk more to your agent, or if you're looking for an agent, of course, I can help you find some of the best in the Metro Detroit. Last item, sorry, still one of my words there, that you want to have or be ready for is you really want to be prepared to take action. Take action on buying that house when you're ready to close. So how are you going to do that? What you're going to do is go back to step one, make sure that your first pre-approval was accurate, that you actually understood, you got all your documents in order. Number two, make sure that you have your assets, your money in the right place. Whether you need to move money on a 401k, get a gift, or anything related to your down payment, make sure that you take action to move that money as soon as you have that house under contract. The next steps are going to be related to appraisal, to home inspections, and I'm going to do a separate video for that. So we'll send you out all the steps that you need to do to take action and move forward. Thanks for your time. Talk to you soon. Hi, how you doing today? I just wanted to get you a very important message on the mortgage process. One of my mottos is that I try to make the mortgage easy, making your mortgage process easy. One of the most important things for me personally and for my business. To make the mortgage easy, unfortunately, we have to comply with all kinds of government regulations, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, all kinds of investor regulations. There's so much regulation in the mortgage business right now that it gets overwhelming for most clients. I find folks coming to me saying, "Oh my gosh, this was like crazy. I would have rather just not got a mortgage at all." That's horrible. Don't like to hear that. So what I want to do is convey to you as clearly as possible what the biggest problems are in getting through the process. Quite simply, the biggest problem is not having your paperwork in order as early as possible in the process. So to get your paperwork in order, we really need to understand the paperwork that we're putting together. If you're watching this YouTube video as part of the follow-up, you'll see that I've got a list in email format of all the things that you need to do to make your mortgage go smoothly. If you're just seeing this YouTube for the first time, I want you to reach out to me and I will send you a very detailed list of exactly what you need to do. But what we want to do on this video is make sure that along with that email, you really truly understand why we're asking for these items and how important it is to get them in as early as possible. So what I've done is taken a quick overview of the main pieces of information that we need to get through your mortgage process as smoothly as possible. Piece number one asks you for information about your employers. We're going to ask you for information for the last 2 years. We want to know exactly who you worked for, what the addresses are of those companies, and what your job title was. We're also going to ask you to send us current pay stubs from the company that you currently work for the last 30 days. That will allow us to calculate correctly the amount of income we can use for a mortgage qualification. The second piece of information we're going to ask you for is information on your past earnings. We'll generally ask you for a 2-year history, your W-2s, your tax returns, and or 1099s, or perhaps interest income. So be as detailed as possible when gathering that information. If you don't know exactly where to go, of course, get on the phone with your accountant or myself and we can help you walk through it. Third piece of information we're going to need from you will be information on assets. When I say assets, we're generally going to start with what you've got in checking, savings, 401k, or other stocks, especially if you're looking to buy your first home. This part of the process, I find, can be the most confusing for most buyers and folks looking to refinance because they don't understand how much detail we need when we ask for assets. The simple answer is we need 2 months of bank statements. The more complex answer is we need to see information on deposits that may be coming into your bank account outside of your work pay. If you have more questions on that, the email I'm going to send you will give you much more direction, and of course I will be walking through it with you in one-on-one detail as well. The fourth piece of information that we need, mostly for refinances, but also if you're buying a second home or investment property, is information about any other properties that you own. We certainly need to know the address of the property. We need to have information from your mortgage statement if you have a mortgage on that property. And if you do not pay your taxes and insurance through escrow, we'll need information on the current bills. So may ask you to round that up. Hopefully this quick message has got you on track for understanding the items that are needed, one of the main reasons that we need them, and read the emails that will follow up. Help us as much as we can to make the process easy for you. Thank you.